Coach York, journeying to Jamaica, you were at your second capital. You played against a local team. What is your analysis of tonight's match?
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. I expected to be competitive, which it was. Again, another opportunity to see too close. Jamaica is obviously ahead of us in the ranking. Our target was to try and match them to see how far the gap is between the two teams, and we are fairly confident in terms of the outcome of the game, although the results doesn't gone our way. But I thought it was a pretty decent game from both sets of teams, and it was enjoyable to watch. Although we didn't win the game, but what we came here with the intention of trying to, I thought we had some really good moments in the game as well.
Next question, Alvin, you.
Yeah, based on this game, could you
You all set for the second game in terms of after you assess this game?
Yeah, listen, I mean, we know we came here to play two games, one here in Montego and the other one in Kingston. We haven't got a lot of time, turnaround time. We won't dwell on it. We're going to go and review it, look at the options. But as you can see, the rotation of subs, that's always going to disrupt. We need to look at players and the opportunity to look at players and see where they are in terms of the level that we're trying to raise our national team to compete against these teams. But yeah, fairly happy with certainly the way we performed tonight and the competitiveness and the attitude from the players who control them. Of course, the results, people is going to look at the results and think, but we have a bigger vision in terms of where we're trying to get to, and we continue to build, and this is a really good stepping stone for us.
Next question.
Okay, Coach, you are someone who you've played in Europe. How do you feel knowing that Trinidad in and of itself is growing its national league due to COVID? I was told that you guys haven't returned to normalcy. How important is it for you to get your players from abroad to be able to play, and the local players and your league?
Well, first thing, and this is not about me. I understand that I'm the head coach of this team, and the expectation around not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but around everyone is looking with open eyes, and that comes with a certain responsibility. I do embrace the challenge, and that's what my players is expected. We are expected to improve as a team, and that's what we're doing. We're building from the previous managers in terms of what they have done. We had an opportunity to look at some of these players that we haven't been able to see. We got, another probably 8 or 9 players who's joined us that I've never seen before. So again, that's an opportunity to open the window. So we make sure that when that final selection comes, that we've been able to have a look at all the players and not let any stone unturned. So for us, as I said, it's not so much the results, although the results is important, but it's about the bigger picture in terms of make sure that we can assess all the players that when we come to selecting the team, that we got a very strong outfit.
Coach Yorke, your team seems to be very good in terms of attacking in own half. It going into the middle third, but in the attacking third today, it fell short in terms of creating opportunity. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think there's some. I think in terms of controlling the game and in terms of the system and the pattern, I thought we looked very solid at time, and we're taking this thing and we really control, quite a few number of the minutes of the game. And I felt where we were lacking a little bit is in that cutting third, and I think again, it's an opportunity for us to see what they're capable of doing and know where we need to improve and keep building on the team. But overall, I'm very, very happy. I know the results. A lot of people are going to be looking at the results, but I'm very happy with the way our things have gone tonight.
Coach, you had an opportunity to mingle with McLaren prior to the game. What was that like, being able to see him and, of course, the memories you've had together?
Yeah, fantastic. I have a lot of admiration for Steve McLaren. He's been an integral part in terms of the success at Manchester United when he was there as one of the coaches. So my affiliation with Steve is nothing but admirable. We're delighted to have him in this part of the world, the experience he brings, the know-how. And I've learned 1 or 2 tricks from him. I was hoping to get one over him tonight, but that didn't the case. But I realized that it takes some time to close the gap with him. And this, again, give me another opportunity to come up against him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, good evening. On to James ATJ Vibe Live and UVC TV Jamaica. My question to Dwight Yorke, what's it like to transition from being a player to a coach and knowing that you have the experience of being at the 2006 World Cup, and now you're preparing your next generation of footballers for North America 2026?
Well, listen, first to begin with, it's a real privilege. I didn't see this kind of happening, forthcoming as this quickly. I expected to kind of happen once I decided to go down the management transition, as you call it. For me, it wasn't really a big issue. I just had to make the commitment, make sure I, cross the T's and dot all the I's. Now I've done that. I'm really focused. I had some experience in Australia, so that really put me in good stead. But coming into the job is nothing that I didn't expect. I expect the challenge. I expect my players to be challenged. And certainly the experience as a player, I think somewhat that will certainly help me going forward. But where I used to influence the game as a player, I no longer have that ability to do that. I have to influence the game on the side of the pitch as a head coach. So hopefully that would be the case. The experience I've gained as a player, certainly as an international player as well, will then pass that experience on to some of these players. But we need to build, which is what we are doing. We've got some young players, exciting time for Trinidad and Tobago football, and hopefully that will be the case come next year.
At the time, we have time for one more person. Go ahead.
Let's jump back to the attacking third. A lot of people in Jamaica would say that look at the JPL and see Kaile Auvray. He's not in the Trinidad team. A lot of people is wondering what is happening. Had a wonderful tournament in the Caribbean Club Championship with Cavaliers, scoring a lot of goals in the JPL, not in the Trinidad team.
Listen, we are football men. We make football decisions. We're not going to get all decisions right. We have a bit of selection of players to look at. I suggest that any player who's probably think that they've been overlooked at this point in time, we had, in the 3 times or the 3 meetings since we have met up as a unit, we had multiple amount of players and still haven't been able to see all of them. There's some of the foreign players that I've not even been able to see. So he's not alone. So my message is to every young players out there is to keep them head up. This is we on a journey. The journey doesn't just happen one night. It's going to be a year, hopefully a year journey of trying to reach the World Cup. And these guys, if you're available and you're good enough and you continue to do what he's been doing, there is only so much one can be overlooked. So my job is to try and select the best players possible. On this occasion, it probably wasn't meant to, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be looking at him. So, hey, if anybody needs to be blamed, I'll take full responsibility for that. But I'm in that position at the moment.
Right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much. Dwight, thank you.